Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live and we're getting set on a Thursday. You know what time it is. We are here to catch up with the FC Barcelona season ticket holders, the channel members, to go through some of that Sorare strategy action. We've got a lot to get stuck into. We've got Duo Connect stuff happening everywhere, as well as, I'm sure, a bunch of streak action. And coming out these international breaks is all about that gallery housekeeping, making sure you've rounded off those edges, filled in those gaps, before now we go after what Brendan Rodgers called last year the ultra marathon of football, from now all the way to the next international break in March, maybe even the end of the January window, depending on how some of the fixtures shake out. But fist bumps to you all. Boom! Good to see you all. Thanks a lot for joining us. And yeah, look forward to this one. It should be a good one. And we're certainly in that stage of Scotland now where it's dark and it's winters and stuff. And the lighting in here is going to have to be readjusted or whatever, but there's a bunch of you here already. James Johnson was in first, good to see you. Liam Pev as always, alongside Matt Harrison, Mikey Basson. Graham is telling us that Sorare might be down. D1872, good to see you. And Adriano, fist bumps on arrival. And yeah, well, I've got it open here. We'll try and change the screen in a second to see if that happens, but in the description of the stream I have all the Duo Connect links that you're going to need. We've got over 70 of you already involved in Team Quinny, taking on across La Liga, Ligue 1 and Eredivisie Duo Connect missions. We did a stream on it yesterday, scouting Eredivisie, a great budget stack I kind of degened into, as well as a scouting profile session on La Liga. So if anyone's missed that, feel free to check it out. As we see Sorare Holland in the house, good to see you. And Sorare Holland, since you're here, you can give me a wee once over of what you think about my Duo Connect Eredivisie lineup, because I did kind of degen into it. I know they're not all completely super optimal, but I like my guys, I like my team, and I fancy our chances of hitting 380 this weekend. And I think next weekend isn't beyond us, let's just say. So we've got, let's click on it so we can see it nice and big. There we go. We've got Giz and Hrustic for Heracles as a kind of double play. Hatterin and classic El Karauni with Unrasta win season, which was only a fiver. So quite chuffed with this. So if we hit the 380, we'll also hit the hot streak as well. We'll bag a wee $3 for that, which will all be fun and games. And I guess Division 3 is going to be hyper competitive because there's going to be so many Duo Connect players in here. It's hard to think about leaderboard success, and even if you do, it's not really mad. So it is whatever. But Sorare Holland, feel free to let me know thoughts and feelings. Heracles at home, Utrecht against Telstar, and even the Hatterin here taking on Sparta. It's a decent wee game for a wee cheeky 60. That's what I thought. Been snowing here in the northeast. Liam Pev's telling us about the weather front that could be moving our way, but we better watch out for that. But yeah, £30 Jizz is the name of this team, and yeah, looking forward to that, which is good fun. But yeah, we've got a bunch of requests. I'll maybe just kind of load up one or two of them, and yeah, we may even just get stuck right into it. Hey mate, just the JPL lineups plus Eredivisie for Unlimited, right, James? I'll do my best. As you know, kind of lineup building here is not what it once was. Liam's after a Prem season and see where to improve next. Pev United. Thanks very much, Liam. After that, we had Matt Harrison. Hi, Quinny. Made my contender rare purchases last week after the scout and love it. Managed to scrape a few more funds together from the gallery and have the team ready to go. Can you take a look and suggest on areas of improvement further into the season? Matt Harrison. Love it. So the first kind of, yeah, with Matt, you'll know already. For these ones where it's kind of like multi-leg, I kind of normally take 5 minutes to get caught up with where we were last time, sort of thing. So looking forward to that. Nice wee bit of evolution, which is fun. And yeah, I think that was it for requests. So we've got market credits internationals for sure. It does make a big difference. If you're watching us live and loud, please do smash the like button. It goes a long way to supporting the show, supporting the channel, and all that other good stuff. The strategy content we do here for the members is amongst the most fun I have during the week, to be honest with you, because I don't need to think about myself and my own quandaries and problems and all the rest of it. I can just kind of have a look and, you know, put myself in your shoes. What are you playing with? What decisions would I make? Is there something you've overlooked? Is there another perspective on things? Is it just a second opinion, just for confirmation or whatever? But with the international market credits thing, I found myself today, guys, earlier. I did a wee bit of degenning. I seen that Callum McGregor had an auction on today, and I put a wee offer on it, and I thought, if this gets over the line, will be doing quite well. And the auction price it went for was like 40 quid, which is right down low. Like, look at that green dot where I am. It's amongst the cheapest McGregors on auction and such. And of course, I had some of those international market credits on it. So, amongst the cheapest in-season McGregor is in my gallery. It's also number 67. And no, it's not a 6-7 thing. If you're a Celtic fan or anyone that's aware of Celtic in that kind of way, you'll understand that 67 kind of reference. But good to get him in, because there's just no midfield headaches now for my best Celtic team. Don't need to think about Rios and Engelses and McCowans and all that stuff. We can kind of just shelf that. So there's a wee bit of DJing in there. And I also, off the back of... So I went live on the Sorare channel with Laird on Monday. In the second hour of that, somewhere, we started chatting about World Cup plans, essentially. Somebody threw a great question into the chat. So anyway, that's been kind of living in the back of my mind. And one thing I realised is I have in-season Robertson, Christie and Hickey. I'm probably going to get an in-season McGinn. And that's the way I'm going. I'm probably going to get an in-season Doak. So it made me start to think, maybe I'll just make sure I've got a wee in-season Scotland contingent. Now, I do think Angus Gunn will be fit again, but in terms of card collecting on Sorare, 42-year-old Craig Gordon, especially now after that Denmark game, a glitch ball. There were all the ones on the market were like £9. This one was a tenner, and I thought, how many specials is this guy going to have? Probably very little, so I just went for it. Probably won't ever get any utility out of it, but I'm quite happy to... just throw that into the pile, as it were, put that into the collection. And if he does feature in the World Cup, wouldn't that be something? So, yeah, a wee bit. I'm trying to maybe get a wee bit of... I got that Grant Hanley as well, so I've got 3 in-season defenders, 1 in-season mid, and I can get a second mid and a forward, I think, with what's available. I've got Tierney, actually. I've got 4 defenders. Yeah, so I've got 2 teams for double defence. I could get a single mid, and then... Yeah, I might even try and build 2 teams, by the way. I might even try and build 2 teams. And we'll probably have the ability to play a classic, but yeah, maybe I imagine that we don't. And then if we do, we can cross that bridge quite well when we come to it. I like the goalkeeper, def and mid choices for this game week, but I'm not sure of the Heracles bounce back will continue. On the other hand, if anyone is going to score for Heracles, it will be Jizz. You said it right. Sorare Holland. I'm glad you like the choices. Gunn is about a tenner as well, but I've got a fun Gordon, I've got a fun Christie, and a fun So anyway, I'm not in any rush, because let's face it, Gunn is not going to play football. The next time he'll play football might be the March internationals, so like I'm in no real rush. He has 2 early accesses available, and he has like 4 special editions. So I want the early access one Basil's got, but I'm not in any. Again, I'm telling you guys that. Hopefully nobody snipes it and does me out of it. But again, there's no real rush to this one. The Craig Gordon, it was just because it was a glitch ball, is the only reason I done it. Then again, when is the next time Craig Gordon's going to play football? Maybe the March internationals at the soonest. He's not going to get in Hearts' team ahead of Swallow the way Hearts' season's been going. There'll be no sentiment spared by Derek McInnes for the league, certainly. If anything, it'll be cup matches for him. So anyway, a wee bit of renegade degenning on a Scotland collectible probably now at this point. And especially because it says 42 on the card. I love it. If it said 41 or something, you want the full age out of an old card like this. Like King Kaz, the oldest player in the world. What the hell's his name again? Mayo, is that him there? No, this is some other guy. Very similar name, but Kaz. Yeah, but anyway, you don't know who it is. Can you help me pick an in-season La Liga rare mid below 50? Sure, Adriano, no problem. I'll add you on, buddy. I trust you. So you double check who you have already, so I'm not telling you to buy somebody you own. Right, James J, let's get rocking and rolling. What were you after, my man? Belgian lineups and Eredivisie. Are they both limited? I think they are both limited. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Belgian teams. Let's see how we get on. Now let's do Eredivisie first, because that's kind of fresh-ish in my head. So I like Unerstal, mainly because he was a fiver. Volendam's a pretty good game this game week, for the way things sit. Drommel, the Sparta keeper's taking on Fortuna. I don't foresee a clean sheet for him because I've got a Hatter in. Kovar playing Breda should be pretty good. But Breda are not... Like, Breda, where are they in the table? It's not that far down. This is like first... Oh, no, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, first versus 14th. I think maybe... Is it maybe the Feyenoord game? Yeah, I think it's Feyenoord. Feyenoord are playing a team that, at first glance, you think, oh yeah, that'll be a one-way affair, but the team's actually... Is it NEC? And they're like 7th or something, maybe? Owusu Oduro, not on good form, but... Again, it's just goalkeeper life, isn't it? So yeah, Unerstal and Kovar, both really solid. Both really solid choices for Team 1, no two ways about it. And Team 2 respectively. There we go, Tom's got the name. Tom's got the name. Yeah, so with the Kaz card, I'm not sure how many cards he got. None for sale. Yeah, so you want the older one, don't you? He's got 2 versions? Yeah. So he's only got 62 cards. It's only rares, I suppose, maybe some supers. Yeah. When he's 52, but for this guy, you want the 53-year-old for me. Looks extra old as well. Now, I do like the previous season design. It looks like it should be an older card. Because it is, I suppose. But the player itself, I think you want this guy to be as old as possible. And I say none of them are for sale at all. It's incredible. There's some limiteds are for sale. Pavel's got one. Egg's got one. Oh yeah, you can get them off the bots if you really, really were motivated. Pavel's got 2. Yeah, if you really wanted one, you could. But anyway, side topic for another time. Defence, we're looking at James. Go Ahead's got a good game, I think. Yeah, Heracles, that's good enough. Although I think, obviously, Heracles are going to score some goals, but... Watanabe, yeah, it is Feyenoord that are playing 7th, yeah, 2nd versus 7th. Could be a good game for Watanabe, SO5 wise. El Karauni is top of the tree, but El Karauni, Junior, Team 1 and Team 2, you could double up in defence quite easily, but there's really good options all the way through there. But I think quite comfortably El Karauni's top dog. I bought Hrustic myself. I think this is a great game for him. On the small sample size I've seen of him, certainly. Kodai Sano, I think, got a cap for Japan, so he'll be back buzzing. Big game. Hard to command a decisive out of this guy, but very feasible. He rocks AA. And he's not shy of a decisive, but is he Team 1? Probably not. Gibson, yeah. Yeah, 20. Hard to put him into Team 1, but I wouldn't be against him being in like Team 2 or something if you needed it. Double Veerman. Feels like Team 1 and 2, really, doesn't it? So we could go double mid with a Hrustic. And maybe, could we go... double forward on the other Veerman, maybe. We've got Jiz, we've got Saibari. Yeah, you probably could if you wanted. Yeah, Saibari's got a good one. Ueda, again, I would not be scared of him in this game. Jacob Briam's out, isn't he? Haj Musa. AA for days, just need some decisives. Yeah, so, I don't know, I think the Eredivisie ones kind of throw themselves together. The fixtures kind of dictate. So I think Team 1 and 2 you can kind of build quite comfortably there. Sean Thorpe, good to see you. Evening all. Gone in the space of the IB international break from no Bundesliga rare footprint to close to 4 teams running out. Wow. Sean, well done. Good hustle. And Bundesliga, there was definitely some price opportunities there. There's some guys I was really tempted on at the lower price point. But some hustle, mate. Some hustle. Right, let's look at Jupiler. It might not be as straightforward as Eredivisie. I think Eredivisie, with the cards you have and the way the fixtures are, I think it does kind of paint by numbers quite a bit. Piano. Piano is taking on Anderlecht. He's at home. That could be fun. Anderlecht are, as we know, they love to let you down, don't they? Jackers taking on Charleroi. Where are they in the table at the moment? 9th? Yeah, it's probably quite good for Jackers, isn't it? Van Kronbrugge taking on Mechelen, who have definitely fallen since Storm and Bobby have left. Nacho Miras. Yeah, he's on the other side of that fixture. And Sherpin. He's not really been doing it, has he? Yeah, I like Jackers in at 1. I don't mind Piano. at 2, but maybe 3, and Kronbrug is probably, yeah, and then, I don't know, you can't really put Sherpa in at 4. Piano's probably going to go in at 4, isn't he? Right, Smets is my favourite here. He has the Mechlin game. Nice. Michele at home at Charleroi feels like a very strong Michele game, but Michele can just do a 45 on you. It's Joaquin C's maybe a bit. Yeah, Joaquin C's just been away with Belgium, living his best life. Thinks he's Maxime de Kuiper regend. McGnee. Oh, ripping. USG. Hard to pick him in Team 1 in that fixture. Kev McAllister, on the other hand, he's just been away with the Argentinians. Should be buzzing. And what was the other side of that game? Or we can actually just look at it here, can't we? First versus 15th. Yeah. Really tough choice for Defender 1, really. Between Smets, C's, maybe not McNee, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, you've certainly got like 3-4 options here. I'm probably going to, personally, I would lean for C's because I just think he's more attacking. Smets is probably the smart pick for Team 1 defence. Coming into midfield, Vanaken is almost certainly Team 1. Again, did very well with Belgium in the international break. Hard to imagine he doesn't come back. Haspalat has been rinsing without decisives. Not a great game, but it's not a bad game either. Zorgan, yeah, should do good. Ito. Yeah, like maybe Vanaken and Hanen is like a Team 1 move here. Yeah, those Zoot boys. It was a good Zoot stack I looked at for this build. Yeah, Tizolis, Team 1. Ehrenberg against Liège. That could be alright. Oh, you get 2 Tizolises. Yeah, so Team 1 and 2 really go together. Team 3, you might go for the Ehrenberg or Stoikers. But again, James, I think... yeah, teams really go together really nicely. I'm not too sure you're really missing much, man, to be honest. You've not really used your full classic kind of flex potential. Again, in Belgium, I'm not too sure you get a lot for that in the league, especially with you already have Vanekens and guys like that. I'm trying to think if there's anyone obvious you've not got there. And with your Eredivisie, you do have Veerman and some other guys of that kind of calibre, El Karauni in season. So I'm not too sure where some of the advantage for your classic would be, but yeah, man, I think like really strong teams. If you're going for streaks, your first 2 teams with both leagues are very strong and not requiring any obvious reinforcements, I dare say. But that's the only thing that strikes me is we didn't really have to weigh up the whole classic element. But yeah, I don't think either league really has a super scorer that if we just scout real quickly. Jupiler on L15. Tizolis, you've already got 2 of them. Hanen, maybe you buy a Hanen Classic, because you've got a Classic Vanaken and an in-season Vanaken. And if you've got a Classic Hanen, you could play the same midfield and the same attacker, like over 2 teams and rotate defence and keeper. That could be a fun thing to try out. Not fun, you know, but it could be profitable, ultimately. Forbes is maybe worth a shout after doing well internationally. But again, I don't think he's a mad super scorer. You do have Tizolis. But Forbes could just be another forward option, potentially. Leo Benven on Twitch, good to see you. I joined your duo Eredivisie. I've never played pro and I have like €70 and 50 credits. Can you help me build a team? Is it for Eredivisie, Leo? Thanks for everyone joining us on Twitch, by the way. Veerman Jr. Yeah, you've already got all these guys. You don't have Ritmeester van de Kamp, but what a guy. What a guy, what a name. Sven would be worth a pick up maybe, but Classic El Karauni. Yeah, I don't really know if there's not much you're missing out on. Such a strong roster already. Liam Pev, what are we up to? Afternoon, Quinny, can you look at my Prem in season and see where to improve next? Of course. Prem in season. Prem. Now, I know this is a main Sunderland build, isn't it? But I see an Elliot Anderson in there. Let's see what else we've kind of fleshed out with over the international break. Get 8 keepers. It feels like an increase. No, maybe not. Kelleher, Roves, some classics. We've got a classic Liverpool handcuff, Pickford and Emmy. Nice. So we've got 4 or 5 keepers there quite easily, which is good crack. The Reece James, the Sunderland kids. We've also got some classics. Hinchapi classic, VVD, 8 Nuri. Yeah, really nice. I don't think there's any recent additions here though, that's fine. Again, for the amount of teams you've got, Sunderland defence has been very reliable. And then you've got a nice other pieces to kind of flex there. Paqueta, I remember you picking up, I think I got one about the same time at Limited. And he's suspended for this weekend, that's the only kind of flying the ointment. But Xhaka, Grealish, classic, love the hat, classic Foden, you've had that for ages. But yeah, Anderson's the new one in here. Gibbs White, Bruno G, yeah, I really like the build here. A lot of classic use in mid and forward is where Sunderland are the weakest SO5 wise and IRL. We're still relying on the Sunderland boys for the most part and in season, but we have a lot of classic forwards now, so yeah. I think these classic forwards are going to be harder to replicate than in-season mids. Elliot Anderson's a big move for you because, yeah, man, I guess you need to play some of these guys in champ, don't you? But I think you really want your classic to be forward. Like Lafie is like team 3. I think Xhaka is team 1. And yeah, I think your mid is thin, but it'll get you by, won't it? And if we're playing single classic forward, it means we've got a lot of pressure then on double defence. For the most part. So you can obviously play like your Hume and Ballard. They're probably, or Ballard or whatever. We've got Ronaldo, Mukiele. We've got, yeah, so we'll probably get 2 doubles out of that easily. You've got James. And we don't want to be looking at the classics, yeah. So if we are going into double defence for 2 teams that will dry up, and in team 3 we've got James, and team 4, is there a back 5 for Sunderland? So maybe 1 in-season defender. Let's see, Anderson, Xhaka, Lafie or Siddiqui yeah. So I think, yeah, I'd probably look at, and obviously there'll be some teams where you'll play your Sunderland strikers, I'm sure, and you can maybe use like the classic Grealish or something. So yeah, you probably will. But going double striker, yeah, I'm not too sure you'll be doing that. So yeah, I would like an in-season defender in here, I think. And I think mid, yeah, it might be okay at mid if you use the end season forward for one of your Sunderland stacks. You probably want to keep a Sunderland stack together. Yeah, so I definitely think a defender. A mid, I'm kind of on the fence with. Saibari will go to AFCON in December. Oh, Theo, good to see you. Leo Benven, let me know, is this team for Eredivisie or what? But yeah, Theo, good to see you. Sorare Holland giving some intel in there, love to see that. Just want to see anyone good value. Oh, good value is quite hard to find in Prem Defence, isn't it? £50 a defender. Kind of feels like the rate. For the good lads anyway. Castagna though, £7. International games, don't let them get it twisted for you. Kids are playing some sort of music in here, sorry if you can hear it. Hartman for a tenner's interesting, but he's not really a problem solver. Mitchell at 22 is kind of in the, like, he's kind of like team 4 Mitchell, isn't he? £20. Danso, not terrible. Not terrible. Especially if he's playing. Don't know if he is or not. I like Botman. I think at £20 he's actually really interesting. Because I think Newcastle, they're playing City this weekend, but Newcastle's defence is very backable. SO5 wise, very backable. And Botman being fit and available. Again, team 3, team 4, no problem at all. A great game. Maybe you could get out of him in team 2. If a Newcastle stacker, he can be team 1 obviously, but it's, again, if you're just backing the team to smashing, you're thinking best case scenario. But of course, can I be thinking about Newcastle cards for the Sunderland collection? Of course, sorry, where are my manners? Todibo could be interesting, by the way. If Nuno coming in as West Ham boss, he's one of the guys that I thought would get better. When did Nuno come in again? What was his first game? Was it Leeds maybe? He's not had many matches, but this will be the first game post-international break. And, you know, at £9, Todibo's somebody I would definitely be keeping tabs on. Because I think in the right system he could score very well in the Prem. I don't really have much question about that. 8 Nuri at £40. I know you're kind of buying an injury discount on him, but it's somewhat interesting. And we'll go to the next page. Yeah, I'm not too sure there's much else in defence here to really scratch through. Jump to the top and we'll click on mid for a quick peek. Just in case there's something mad obvious. But I think it is just like one in-season player here or there, because you've got a lot of strength in classic forward. And yeah, you kind of need another. Like Laffy could be okay, Sadiki not really. So you've kind of got Xhaka, Anderson, and I think there was somebody else in season. So you just need a bit more welly there, in my opinion. James Garner was ripping, is not now, so I wouldn't touch that. Yeah, I'm just interested to see if anyone nice is quite affordable. Matthias Fernandes at just under £30 is very interesting. Again, under Nuno now. Good start to life under Nuno for Matthias Fernandes. You've got Paqueta as well, so there's a bit of synergy that could be gotten there. £29 for him. KDH is £20. Again, could go with that classic Grealish perhaps in some sort of combo. Wharton's just a wee bit punchy for where his L5 is. Eo Tanaka for a £5, why not? Oi. Kai, yeah, gallery reviews are for members only. And yeah, if you join today, after this, we've got, yeah, I don't think there'll be much problem squeezing you in, mate. How much is a Coyote? I'm going to spell it the way you spelled it, because there's a few guys with similar names. I'm guessing you mean, yeah, this guy. The Brentford one. It's only £14. He's not bad, by the way. Yeah, scores are a bit hit and miss, aren't they? But yeah, not bad. I'd rather a Hickey, but I'm biased. Plan at the minute is Rowe, Stubble, Sunderland defence, Xhaka, and classic forward. Then there onwards, been eyeing on our defender. Yeah, you need. I don't think your defence can stretch. Because yeah, I think Sunderland defence stack, you go double with both of them really. You then get Reece James, and then you're kind of relying on Sunderland playing a back 5 with who's here really. Mukiele could be a single defender, I think. Ronaldo, less so, perhaps. So yeah, maybe you could go like Ballard and Hume, double defence, Mukiele, or whatever. Single defence, kind of bleed it down. You could probably get away with that, but you would then need to double up somewhere else. I don't think you had the mids for double mid, especially we use Shaka team 1. So team 2 would be looking at like Elliot Anderson and Ligue. It doesn't really feel like a good combo, does it? Anderson and Paqueta, fine. I suppose if he's not suspended, that might be the plan. And then again, classic forward is a lever you can use there. So the midfielder, I think, is something as well I'm kind of thinking comes into it. But it might just stretch across because you probably will use one of your Sunderland strikers at some point. Maybe Broby starts scoring some goals. Who's the other guy? Again, I liked Mayenda. I thought he looked alright. And no, who's the guy who played in Russia? Oh yeah, Isidore. Between one of these guys, you'd think they could get their act together most of the time, but they're not going to be as good as Salah, Cunha, Isak, Gyökeres, etc. So I would be open to a midfielder as well, but there's some good defenders there. And yeah, like Matthias Fernandes at 30 quid could be a good pickup. Goes with Paqueta as well. And again, if you want to do double mid, even maybe get the West Ham double mid is a thing. Yeah, I like that actually. Yeah. Team 2 was ideally non-Sunderland. Yeah, so that would be like Reece James, Elliot Anderson, Paqueta. Yeah, I can see that. Elliot Anderson, Paqueta, classic forward. And then I think, would you need to use actually a classic keeper then? You probably use Kelleher, team 2, to do that. And in team 3, you're looking at classic Pickford or classic Liverpool goalkeeper. So you would need then Sunderland Dreg defender. Maybe there's 2 of them. You've then got your Lafi or Siddiqui. And then you need an in-season forward, a Sunderland forward. You then move into the last team, which has another classic goalkeeper. And again, I think we feel that need for the defender at that stage, don't we? Unless we go to Ronaldo, essentially. Or the last Sunderland defender. Midfield only has the likes of Siddiqui. Diarra. But he's back fit, obviously. And then again, we're relying on the rest of the Sunderland attackers. So yeah, it's probably quite fine where it is, I suppose. But I think another defender just kind of reinforces the ranks. And I like the idea of the double midfield potential from West Ham, personally. But wow, look at Bakio out until February. That's great for Sudakov. Does that put Sudakov back on all the set pieces? Tom Godfrey, if you can look at my challenger teams. Yeah, of course. We'll add you on. I'll need to put Kai in front of you though, because Kai asked if we became a member. We would do it. Kai, thanks very much for picking up your membership. Really does mean a lot. Goes a long way to supporting the channel. And hopefully we get through some good crack for you today. Oh, sugar, wrong one. And then Tom. Sorare _ Tom. Partick Thistle fan as well. Here we go, Tom. Right, Sorare Matt. What were we up to? Hi Quinny. Made my contender rare purchases last week. Nice. Managed to scrape a few more funds together from the gallery and have the team ready to go. Excellent. And this was contender rare. Oh yeah. That was a good drink. No. Leopold, Robin Gonzalez. Yeah, he looked good, didn't he? Yeah, it was the Bundesliga Croatia gallery. Yeah, I remember this now. This was a lot of fun last week. So we've got some new enforcements in there. Kastenmeier, I don't know. Did you have 10 days ago? No, you probably had Kastenmeier last time, or maybe not. But Kastenmeier comes in. Good goalkeeper core. First in, maybe it was 2 weeks ago we did it, yeah. You'll remember better. Leon Schneider. Again, I like this Schneider guy. Oh, was he the guy? Who was the guy we just kind of stumbled on? There was a guy that we just stumbled on and it was like, this guy looks ferocious. I can't remember who it was now, but I was really impressed with them. Can any of you guys remember? Broken ankle. Ouch. Hello, mate. Which league would you recommend jumping into first when moving to Rare? Darwizzy. Darwizzy, that's a great question. What league? That kind of depends. So I made a video a few months ago called The Cheapest Way to Play Sorare or something. Oh, Kadusic, of course. Kadusic. I was 28. No, it wasn't this guy. It was like a young guy, I think. I thought he was Bundesliga 2, and it was like a young guy, and he didn't have much of an L10 or anything. Kadusic. But yeah, Schneider is a good pickup. And when we get to midfield, Robin Gonzalez and Leopold come in. Brian de Kijsmaker. Oh, okay, so I think there's a lot. I think this was moving into in-season, wasn't it? Because you don't actually have that many in-season cards. Yeah, it was getting your in-season off the ground, wasn't it? In terms of classic strength, Karaman, Dongier, Sego. Yeah, you've got some options. Let's hit on the in-season filter, and then we'll just see the roster that is. Oh, so Leopold is... See these funny additions? They always throw me off, by the way. So yeah, Leopold is the classic smash. And otherwise, yeah, it's just that 5, I guess, then. So we've got Grodowski. It was maybe like the guy that plays with this guy or something, wasn't it? But yeah, nice team. Really nice team. And what was the rest of this? So was there part of... Where are we? Can you take a look and suggest on areas of improvement further into the season? Yeah. So, yeah, it's just that this guy's in Croatia. So I don't think that's a problem to really, like, mad worry about just yet. Because it was only like one weekend where your correlation doesn't totally marry up. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that kind of jumps off the top of my head here. Because the next thing is like, so see right now, anyone that you, so when you build this team, are you happy to play this team as a 5 this weekend? Because maybe you don't, maybe you do. You should, I would hope, if you've just put them all together coming into this international break. But if you don't, that's just the only thing to buy, because any additional buys you're going to make here, you want them to be Team 1 capable, but eventually you're going to be splintering this out to be a second team. Now, if you have the budget in the wallet, you can just go and buy a few more options, and then you decide, if, you know, straight away, like who makes Team 1, who goes into Team 2. But failing that, as I say, based on the budget and the way I see budget galleries like this mainly operate, is just kind of shop for the problem you have on any given weekend, you know, and then Team 2 will naturally occur. You have classic keepers anyway, that you don't need to worry about the in-season keeper element as a particular detail. You could play one of your classic keepers and then slowly accrue more in-season outfielders who you need for Team 1, and then eventually you'll have enough of them they play Team 2. So that's kind of the main thing I would say in terms of where you're at, other than the boy. Was it Robin? Was it maybe this guy? It may have been this guy. But there was somebody like this. It didn't have much of a history, but they were like super exciting. Maybe not quite as exciting as this guy's looking, but it was somebody like that. So in terms of areas to improve right here, right now, I think you're kind of set to go for the weekend, and it's just Casper Davidson. That is the guy. I really should save this guy's name somehow. Just got a funny feeling. Oh, of course, he candlesticked. Oh, that's what it was. He came from Danishland. 20-year-old mid. Yeah, this guy's got the makings of being a player, doesn't he? Sadly, I've got no need for an in-season rare of such description, but fun card. Yeah, Mickey Basson remembered it too. Very low L15, really? Oh wow, 43, indeed. If you had the funds for 2 more rare Bunde mids, first team 1 or 2, with the other being team 3 or 4, would you go for Ouedraogo and Vinny Souza, or Sano and Grifo? I think Vinny's a wee bit. I really like Ouedraogo. Vinny's alright, isn't he? I suppose for £9. Yeah, I'm going Vinny and Ouedraogo. But I'm not sure. Is Vinny the best at that price? Sano and Grifo are fine. But Grifo's been a wee bit streaky, flaky. And Sano, I'm not sure is that reliable either. Guys, there's a bunches watching us live and loud on YouTube and Twitch. Please do smash the like button, share, retweet, all that good stuff. We had a comment from someone that's joined the Duo Connect on Twitch. I tried to, Leo Benven, tried to say to you, like, talk to me a wee bit here and we'll try and do it together. We normally do this for channel members. But I don't mind maybe... Oh, well, the best thing to do, Leo, if you've not seen it yet, is we did a full stream on this yesterday. Maybe you caught that already. That's why you're Duo Connected with me, but... check that out for sure if you've not done so already. It's on YouTube right now, and yeah, maybe I could do a wee summary of it. But yeah, Matt, that's all I can really say on this at the moment. Like, if there's not I don't want to play this guy at the weekend, I wouldn't really buy a guy right now. You've got one team, and unless you're going to buy a second team, anyone you buy, you will not be playing this weekend. It's kind of the thing I'm trying to underline here. So unless you're going to use them this weekend, you don't need to buy them right now, you know. And patience is a virtue kind of situation. I think you're good to go as long as you're happy with these guys for the weekend. And it's just a case of next weekend, well, my defender's suspended. Oh, the midfielder let me down. Or there's a cup game in Croatia or whatever. And just naturally acquire the cards that will become Team 2 rather than building Team 2. And if they're both built to that kind of Team 1 level, then both teams should be pretty hot when they're going. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of where I'm at on it. Adriano. Pardon me, Matt Harrison. Adriano's next, isn't he? Adriano. La Liga mid rare. Below €50. La Liga mid rare. Rare. I'm going to assume it's in season. Rare. La Liga. Mid. And then you're at €50. I'm at £50. I think if we do like £53, it's probably €50, isn't it? It's not much difference in it. Harry's boy Vargas kind of stands out because he's just the main guy on a rubbish kind of team, isn't he? I like Braze Mendes a lot. Molero, I think, is the guy, but in the ascendancy, wonder kid, getting decisives, in a good team, he's right at the top of the budget, right enough. Nico Gonzalez is a mid. Ugh. Is this manager sales? Yes, it is. There we go. Adriano's got his membership back up and going. Thanks very much, Adriano. And thanks again to Kai. We'll be coming to you shortly for picking up your season ticket. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. I give away all my limiteds, and actually we have a limited giveaway to sort out. What cards do we actually have? I give away all my limiteds to the channel members. We've got some nice ones sitting at the moment for giveaway. And we do this stuff once a week. We've got a Telegram group as well. Telegram's just like WhatsApp and Discord, but way better. And you get instant access to the video content. That means before it gets scheduled for public release. And we do MFL giveaway kind of bonus stuff as well, which is good crack. But yeah, we've got Thomas Araujo. Kevin Nisbet was won by Gully Gumdrops. They've not claimed their prize yet. Graham won Diusi, and he said roll it over. And Donny T, you won Sahiti, and you've not told me what you want to do with it. So let me know. So we maybe got Sahiti, we've got Diusi to roll over. We've got Thomas Araujo. We've got Kobe Mainu to give away as well. And we don't know what's happening with Kevin Nisbet. So we've got some really nice cards to give away this week. I was thinking Koke. I might look at Koke's scores, but I'm pretty sure Koke is pretty unusable. I think it was on the last page, wasn't he? Well, maybe not. He's not too bad at the moment, is he? Yeah, he's not too bad. Is there a home-away bias? Not particularly. I suppose that away game he did get a decisive. He is better at home. I think that's marginally apparent. He's not bad. 25 quid, that's not bad. Yeah. Luis Mia wasn't bad either. He's at 35. Yeah. I don't feel particularly strongly about either one of them. I really like this guy, Juragizer, but I don't think he had a good patch of form last year and it's kind of went away. See, I like Braze, I like Malero. I like guys that attack because you kind of know how they're going to be successful for you. And it can be kind of clear when they're going to have a good game or not. Whereas with defensive players, they kind of have a good game when they're playing a tough opponent, and that's kind of hard to pick into, isn't it? Ivan Martin. Javi Guerra I kind of like as well, but again, like, yeah, it can kill you. It can kill you, sadly. Yeah, if you like Koki, I'd probably go Braze, to be honest. Even the other kid that's came in to replace Zubimendi, his name is Gorok Sategi. He's pretty solid, by the way, in that kind of Koki kind of way. Let's see if we see him here. Villarreal's got good fixtures. Anyone else in the same boat? Max out my limited cards for Challenger and Bundes. Only really few smashers in Bayern I need, so thinking about taking rares now instead of limiteds or small cash. I've taken rare essence now. Yeah, take the rare essence all day, man, if it gets offered to you. Who's the guy you said? Arriaga. Mikey Basson knows his onions. Levante guy. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy. He is doing good. Internationals, but do play a part in it, but he's doing alright. Valencia's not a bad game for a guy like that, or Bilbao in fact. Valencia's a derby. He's alright, by the way. I could get behind that. I like that, Mikey. That's a great shout. In budget. Has the potential to be kind of like under... Yeah, there he is there. Has the potential to be kind of under the radar. Again, you do need to take the international football out of it because he's just scored fantastically well there. But yeah, that's a good card. I think they could become somebody. Good scoring history in other leagues. I like that, Mikey. That's a great shout. I can't really get behind Koke. I like Braze at 25 as well. I can't say that enough. Molero right at the top of the budget is the only negative aspect to him. Sergio Gomez is quietly formidable. Like, he's just not got any decisives really yet this year. But he's playing at left back and getting a lot of DA more often than not if you look at this season so far. But again, need some decisives to push him over the top. But again, it's £16 points per pound. He's probably right up there. Yeah, I don't think there's much more beneath the surface than what's here. Unless we move the price up a little bit and just see if for some day we could maybe bid on and try and pull them down in price. Like Fornals would be a pretty good one. Oh, but it's credits you've got, isn't it? That's credits you've got. Yeah, so Molero's a wee bit out of reach. Vargas is right at the top. Braze is fine. Sergio Gomez. Koke makes a lot more sense now. Arriaga, but yeah, I'm probably taking Arriaga or Braze if it's a market credit situation. Renato Vega should be really good, but isn't he? Goroxatege, yeah, he's maybe not quite Koke, but I think he'll get there. It's only his first season in the first team. He's looked really good so far. Like a really strong member of the team. Doesn't look too dissimilar from Zubimendi, to be quite frank. He does wear the number 4, so maybe it's a bit of an optical illusion or something happening, but I don't think he's a massive downgrade. Obviously he's inexperienced and raw and stuff, but anyway, I'm just babbling on now. Yeah, I don't think there's much else here. Kind of hiding in the bargain shelves. I already have Fornals, so fair enough. I got Mourinho and Fornals. Just got to get Luis Jr. Nice. Yeah, I think the Arriaga one. I think Mikey Basson's got a great shout there with Arriaga. Vargas is like set piece man on rubbish team, but he's kind of got a little bit of a glass ceiling, doesn't he? Doesn't really do 70s. But again, if it's for Team 4 or something, that's fine. I really like Braze. Look at that, 62, no decisive. Is an attacking midfielder. Likes a wee double-double as well. He's not super reliable, sadly, but he's reliable enough. And who was the other one? Braze and yeah, Arriaga. I thought it was somebody else. Maybe I was thinking Molero, secondary market. If you really wanted to be cheap, like I'd maybe go Pepelu over Koke. Pepelu's playing all the time now. Solid 10 to 15 AA in his makeup. He just needs to start bringing back decisives into his life. And Levante Valencia this weekend's a derby match, by the way. So for Arriaga or Pepelu, former Levante player, could be spicy. But yeah, Adriano, I think there's no more mysteries to be unearthed here with La Liga mids in season in particular, with market credits. Yeah. Right, Kai, our newest member, thank you very much for your support, my man. Can you look at my Challenger? I have 50 quid. Anything you'd like to add to Challenger or start to move into a new comp? Nice. 37 cards. I think we're probably going to stay in Challenger, but let's not assume anything. Right, so we've got 4 keepers. Schmeichel, Ederson, Diego Costa, excuse me, and Rui Silva. And is he playing? He is. Wow. First team keepers for Celtic, Fenner, Porto and Sporting. GG's. Good going. In defence we have Otamendi, Trusty, Scales, Halkett's been good, Skriniar, Laggers, Jumping Jimmy's, Kiwior, Inacio, even Big Ugly Suter. More than enough defence for your keepers, that's incredible. Oh, Hakan Calhanoglu, big head card. Eat your heart out. That is a piece. Maxime as well. Then you've got Araskin, Baron Ashea, Billing, Horvat, Devlin. I really like your midfield. I'm just not a big Raskin guy. Horvat's a bit meh. Billing's been off the boil. Was that international stuff? Yeah, internationals in one game. Billing's fine. Hjumland, I'm not a big Hjumland guy. I know he's been doing a bit better, but I just think typically, I suppose he's been fine, isn't he? Again, guys that don't really get decisives, I find hard to get excited by. Poitier obviously is a boss. I just think for 4 teams, like, I think by the time I get to the 4th team, you'd feel a real drop. We've got Osman. Lukabakio's now wrecked. I think you said that in the chat, didn't you? You bought him 2 weeks ago. He's now broken his ankle or something. Arkatoglou, Pavlidis, Trincao. So we're back to having 4 strikers. So you kind of need a striker, don't you? Just for cover. Otherwise, mate, this is really good. Really, really good. So yeah, I would like a mid and I'd like a striker into this. Kai, let's have a peek at what we've got hunting around. The good thing about challengers, there's plenty of forward options. So I don't think you need to pay too much to get good value. So we've removed Austria. I'm going to remove the Danish land as well. Right, cool. You've already got, I would say Luis Suarez, but you do already have a lot of Sporting. Sane is really interesting at 18. You do have Osman. Again, they could stack together, couldn't they? Yeah, I think Sane could be really good. I'm biased on Borja Sainz. I think he's a good, especially at £4. I think he's very interesting, but the rotation's been a bit killer for them, hasn't it? Thankfully, since I picked him up, his scores have picked up as well. But maybe like let's see what your rest of your team was. So we had like Celtic defence, and that was kind of it. A wee bit of everything for Sporting. A wee bit of Hearts sprinkled around. Fenerbahce, there's a stack here. So I think for mid, I think I would want Asensio in here. I think I would just say that quite easily because of the Fenerbahce guys you've got. Asensio is like a must-have. And then I think, yeah, so Asensio, add him to your wish list. And yeah, I'd really like a Sane in there. A Celtic player makes some sense. Dorgles at a tenner is useful. But Sane, Big Paul. We need to touch Maeda, because he's probably going to leave in January and go to Champ. Yeah, nobody really on page 2 really jumps off the page, do they? Tuneki could be interesting. But yeah, I would probably look at for where you're at. Oh, and Kunku in season. That's kind of cheeky. That's kind of cheeky. I know he's not good, but... Oh, Adriano could go to 60. Well, Molero was kind of in that 60 range, wasn't he? Oh, Thomas Ronyon. Asphalt Man. Again, thanks for the donation recently on the giveaway. And you got lost in creating your MFL team. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the fun. And yeah, bitten by the bug. That's the first part, is losing yourself in the immersion of it all, you know. I said on some content recently, but for me, Football Manager is primo escapism content, you know. Like, you just go into this little world. Oh, guys, by the way, I had a fun, did I call it a meeting today? With a football person. I don't know if I'd quite call him an agent or something like that, you know, but somebody that's involved in recruitment and stuff that I've known for a fair length of time. I'm going to try and get myself maybe back on the saddle. Where did that come from again? Oh yeah, MFL teams, of course. And again, it's weird. I was saying this probably for like some anniversary stream we did not too long ago, but if I could talk to myself in high school and say there's a game like Football Manager that you can sell players, you can make players better, sell them for profit. There's a fantasy football game, trading cards you do. I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, the future sounds perfect. You know. So I love it that you're getting stuck in with MFL, my man. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Michael Pallet, good to see you, my man. It's been a while. Bundesliga. Yeah, you'll need to let me know your gallery name again, Michael. Sorry, I've forgotten it. It might just be Michael Pallet. If it is, I'll find it. But if it's not, I probably won't. But yeah, Adriano, I'd maybe go to Malero if you've got that type of budget, because I just think Malero's the guy there now. But yeah, Kai, Asensio and Sané feels like easy synergy. I do like Sudakov, by the way, because if Lukebakio's out, Sudakov, get Sudakov. Get Sudakov. 100% get Sudakov. And then, yeah, like Sané or something like that to top it off. Kai? Been playing FM since 98. Yeah, Thomas, you know the script. Of course you do. I'm not trying... yeah. I know we're drinking the same tea. I'm not trying to tell you something you don't know. But yeah, 98. I was probably, I think 98, 97. I was on like PlayStation Football Manager games. I wasn't on a PC yet. I think my first PC champ would have been like maybe Millennium to 01 or maybe 99 to Millennium. I didn't have a PC until like going into first year, I don't think. Or did maybe primary 7 did I get a PC? But yeah, 98 I would have been 10, so what's that, like primary 5, primary 6? I'd have still been on like Premier Manager or LMA Manager or whatever it was, and I think it might have been Premier Manager on the PS1 that year. Dedic could get some set pieces. Is Dedic playing though? His scores have been sucking ass, have they not? I like Dedic a lot. Yeah, he's not really playing, man. Or Europe, Victoria Guimaraes. Yeah, I like him, man. Did I maybe get a Dedic? Is he going to turn? 12 quid on egg swap bot. Champman 1 and Italia. Wow. Champman 1 was like 95 or something, wasn't it? Love that, Thomas. Thomas Runyon. But yeah, Dedic is maybe a wee bit in and out. I like Dedic a lot. I'm not trying to besmirch him in any way. But yeah, he's maybe just... I don't know if I'm... Yeah, for Benfica, he's missed a few. And yeah, Sudakov and Enzo, you've got Pavlidis, you've got Otamendi. Even mixing them up. I don't think team stacks is the way to go with a region like this. I think you want to stack the odds in your favour. Rocking the Amiga 500 plus, love that. I had some sort of thing where you needed to put tapes in it. I forget what one it was. Whenever I talk to old people like you guys, they normally remember what it was called. But it was like a cassette you had to like put in, but it was into like a keyboard. Like the keyboard had the cassette intake section in it, and then it was like a monitor. But yeah, your defence is cooking. Your goalkeepers are basically impeccable. The only problem I have with the keepers is that there's only 4 of them and there's no backups. So either get all the backups for these guys or get a 5th one. It's just something that you'll want to have in your mind at some point. And the 5th one you can play an All-Star or Arena or do something else with in the meantime. Spectrum, yeah. All the old people always know what it was called. Spectrum. Sounds about right. I barely remember it. It might have even been a hand-me-down. I don't even remember asking for the thing. I just remember it was in my room and I played it a few times. So I've got no recollection of anything else beyond it. And yeah, after Kai, we're on to Tom. Tom. Where are we? Tommy. Tom Godfrey, there you're there. Hey, Quinny, if you have time, could you look at my Challenger teams? We'd be interested to know who you would bring in or sell. Got about 50 bangers. Nice. Well, we've just kind of warmed up for that, I suppose, haven't we? Challenger's my kind of bread and butter this season. Let's see what we're peeking at here. 14 keepers in season as well. Wow. Backups are here, fair enough. But we've got Pryor. Is this guy playing? Kucherenko. Looks like he is. Wow, okay. Salinger. Radlin. Yeah, he's still playing. Mitov, Schlager, Schmeichel, Schwallow. Schmeichel, Schwallow is 1 and 2, aren't they? And then really between the rest of the guys, you're going to get 3 and 4. You get backups on Hearts. Yeah, you're fine. Keepers are cool. All in season 2, which is glorious. Backups at Hibs. I might have said it was black. So I don't think it was white. It could have been grey. Like a dark grey. Let's look at some pictures. What did you call it? A spectrum? Spectrum. Yeah, but it had no, but the cassette went into the. Maybe it doesn't have a cassette anymore, but the cassette thing went into the. No, it didn't look like that. Yeah, this is it. I don't know about the little rainbow stripe thing, but it was just like it was this. Sinclair Spectrum, ZX+2. What was the other thing you said? Commodore. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I'll check how you spelt it. Oh no, you spelt it right. Oh, do you know what? It maybe was that colour, by the way. I think it was this colour. Oh. So sorry for this tangent, everyone. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it really looked a lot more like this. But it had that cassette thing, like, in the keyboard, like the last thing we looked at. But yeah, it was... And yeah, but maybe it was a stick. Yeah. I think it was the last thing, because I don't see any version of this that has the cassette thing. But this is the way I remember the keyboard. That kind of grey with the black... But it was definitely that keyboard where the cassette thing was when I pointed at it earlier. Anyway, nobody cares about that. Right, Tom. Defence, sorry. Why is it so hard to collect cards from my Valencia collection in common mode? Oh, mate, you're telling me. I've been opening the same Premier League pack for about a month and I've got so many Donnarumas now. It's unbelievable. Nintendo World Cup. I had all the Commodore chats coming in. Quinny, if you have time, could you have a quick glance at my rare teams for this game week and where to strengthen it with? I don't mind, Thomas, but could you help me with a competition rather than... Because I can't really build lineups. I don't mind, but it's a bit broad, and unless you're, again, I forget your gallery specifically, unless it's quite like refined, it's like one competition you play, I can't do it all. It would just be too much to try and conceptualize. Yeah, it was a dark grey. Yeah, it was that kind of... See, I don't think it was all the way... Maybe it was. When I seen that picture, I was like, yeah, that... When I seen this picture, I was like, yeah, that was it. But I remember it being the colour of the last thing, where it was kind of that mingany grey thing with the black keys. But the cassette was in that place. It was right there. And yeah, I don't remember much else about it. And yeah, I do remember a floppy disk being associated with one of them, by the way. One of them had cassettes, and I definitely had something that had a floppy disk. That rings a bell seeing that. Okay, back to serious business. Trusty, top tier. Otamendi, top tier. Savic should be up there. I think he's maybe picked up an injury or something. Svetkovic is cool. Classics are fine. Good numbers, good head count. Fine. Not as strong as the last defence we just looked at, but you've got enough of the pieces there. Classics to help out too. All the keepers were in season, which is nice. In midfield, we've got some classics here too. So we've got McGregor, top shelf. Seedle looks to be up there. I like McGrath and Devlin for top order. Was is a hero. Yeah, you've got just about 4 teams of defences here. Midfields. Rafa Silva, Kjaergaard. Jesper Karlsson up front. With Ben Negren. Asensio forward is fun. Jorby Vertessen. Boyle's fun. Shanklin's good. Braga's good. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think you had a budget of something, didn't you? 50 to spend. I think with where you're at, you can only add in top, like Sudakov. Like, for example, it's probably a wee bit in vogue now because of that Luka Bacchio injury. But you should only really be looking at someone that makes a markable difference to the team. We'll take out the Austria and the Danes. Poitiers is probably worth a shot, by the way. Malayo Bogard. Interesting. Watch out for that. Yeah, Sudakov for a tenner feels like a really... Wow, Zalazar's form picked up. Yeah, it's really picked up. Zalazar, Sudakov. I'm a big fan of both of them for you. I think with your defence, where it's at, you kind of need to go double mid. Yeah, this guy Lincoln, by the way. Yeah, I think I would take both of them with the budget you've got. No bother. Sudakov, Zalazar. The defence isn't as good, but it's quite thin, isn't it? And I think adding 2 mid options like that in would make a big difference. And really, would you need to do too much beyond that? I'm not sure you would. I just want to have a wee peek at forwards to see if someone's just right under the radar. I still like the price of Sané. I like the price of Dorgalez as well, by the way. Dorgalez is like the quickest guy in Fenerbahce. And trust me, he's going to play. He's going to be a main player. Already seen the start to the year he's had since the new managers came in. Like, he plays all the time. He starts more often than not. And he's rapid. Dorgalez at a tenner is worth considering for my money. Wow, Under, is he back playing? He is, yeah. Kind of in and out though, all the same. Czerny, as we know, is a good SO5 player. Bundesliga and SPFL. £6. Big Paul, £6. Borja Sainz, £4. He takes some sets as well when he's on the pitch. Yeah, I would like to add in a little bit of firepower in to attack. Any one of those kind of guys. Somebody that's decent, scores goals and underpriced. And like I say, I think your defence is fine. And if you got those reinforcements, it carries it quite nicely. I just have a wee peek to see if anyone, again, is just right under the radar. No, I'm not sure that anyone is really particularly. You've got a lot of the good guys anyway. Yannick Schuster. Is this the next guy out of Salzburg? Do you have a screen here? I think you do. Can't remember now. Yeah, Skriniar is a great add in here. You've got a good defence anyway. I don't think the defence really needs much more. But to keep it being how useful it is for you, I think a wee bit more midfield reinforcement would help. Again, it's not my bag, but Tavernier and Cornelius do offer really good points per pound at the moment, so maybe worth your consideration, not mine. Single as well, by the way. Could be sneaky in Turkey. It's not really happened yet, but we know what Single's like. Single's a monster when he gets going. Tierney, I think, is in a good place right now to pick up. Yeah. Oy, oy. Love it. Where's the exit and Graham? Down memory lane with me here. Playing Premier League, so it should be a quick... Okay, cool. Awesome, Thomas. That's no problem. We'll add you on. Was Tom the last request before Thomas Ronyon? This is my gallery. Yeah. Okay. Thomas Ronyon. And you're Asphalt Man. I'm remembering this one now. Asphalt Man? Single has no business being outside the champ, Charlie Dunbar. He has no business being out there. He's got to get paid. He's got to get paid. Rare teams. Yeah, let's have a peek. And it's just Prem, isn't it? Yeah. Right, Robin Oaths has got a good game. Emmy in season and classic against Leeds. That's nice. Popester as well. Pope's playing. Pope's going to have to earn his crust, but as long as he doesn't get a negative decisive, Pope could be really good against City this weekend. But I think you go Roths, double Emmy, then Pope, don't you? In terms of goalkeeper order. I don't think I like Villa's fixture this weekend. Villa... Oh, no, I do. Villa Leeds, sorry. I was getting them confused with somebody else, perhaps. So, yeah, probably going Consa, team 1. Maybe Cash or Dina. Bradley is playing Forest. I don't know why. Maybe I thought Villa were playing Liverpool. Trippier playing City. I understand why you've got him listed, but maybe just playing with Pope if you don't just get him sold. Soboslai, brilliant for team 1. Again, I think he's in great form at home. Ticks all the boxes. Tielemans being back is massive. Not likely to play against Leeds, so watch out for that. But when Tielemans is back, he'll be really important for Villa. That's probably one of the good things about the Premier League is, you know, Premier League teams will always prioritise the Premier League over fucking everything. Maybe even the Champions League in a lot of cases, you know. But yeah, doesn't look like Tielemans will be back to start this one. Onana, Gibbs White, Murphy, Rogers. Yeah, you're kind of like, obviously Soboslai is fantastic. We've just been waxing lyrical about Tielemans, but you're selling Gibbs White. Yeah, for the amount of teams you've got, your mid is a bit thin because your defence is cool, but your defence is going to be single defence. Now we can go double attack. For example, Doku, Bowen, Watkins, Malin, and Buemo. Yeah. I like Doku for team 1 because he's just absolutely on it now. Villa guys are fine. Who's West Ham playing again? Bournemouth. Yeah, it could be fine for Bowen. And Man United. Everton, not great for Buemo, I think. And did you have a budget or something? And where to strengthen it with? Yeah, so I think like the only thing I would want this strengthened with, you got classic Soboslai. I think that's a lever we could lean on again. Again, I don't know if there's any sort of budget. If you get credits and stuff, you maybe want to lean on. But yeah, I think mid, because your defence and forwards are really good. But I just think mid is very reliant on Villa, especially if we're moving on Gibbs White. And if Soboslai gets rotated, Liverpool's one of the few teams that might have to manage their squad in that way that we don't want them to. So it's just something to be aware of, perhaps. But Soboslai Classic's a mega card. You didn't have any other classics, did you? 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, we'll lose a little bit from everywhere. So we get Soboslai. Tielemans is classic as well. See this design, I do kind of go blind to which is which. Pope and Emmy. Yeah, so not much. Eze could be sneaky. Matheus Fernandes again. 30 quid feels very good. Yeah, Michael, got you sorted, mate. Got you sorted. Grealish is the guy, I think, you know, for Prem, etc., etc. But if we've not got that budget, Matheus Fernandes feels very appealing. I'm quite biased on McGinn. I genuinely don't think he's that great, but for in season. But like Mikel Merino, again, if you know when he's going to play, he is just a decisive guy. If he doesn't get decisives, you're kind of screwed, but he does go up front. Like, there's just no getting away from it. So Merino's kind of quietly usable in a weird way. Really like Wharton. But again, I don't know if he brings in the scores. Again, really like Paqueta, suspended for this weekend. And anyone else kind of creeping in? Yeah. Big Suchek. He's bringing back an L5, isn't he? Let me slide through this again. Attackers. Classic Bowen. Midfield is Tielemans and Soboslai. None in defence. And yeah, one or two. Yeah, maybe our classic plays. If we were to add in another classic, we maybe just get a bit dicey with the combinations we're able to do and restrictions we have. So yeah, I'd maybe double focus in on in season. Like Matheus Fernandes feels very good points per pound. Let's have a wee peek at defence in case there's like a set. So again, we could maybe play double defence in the right case, or have a different defender option. Go double Villa defence with a team or something, you know. You've got a different defender maybe for top order. Again, don't know what your budgets are, but guys like Lacroix, Mukiele, at 50 quid, they're kind of like, they're quite pricey, aren't they? But so we've looked at before with Premier League defence. Under 50 quid, you don't get much quality, much reliability, much forecastability, you know. So Premier League defenders, like Ballard is probably the one I would take, to be honest with you. At 29 quid, I think he's an absolute snip. Elfie doesn't look great, of course, but Sunderland defence stacks all the way. And this guy loves decisives. He's maybe not been credited with one or two as many as he should. Tyrick Mitchell, we mentioned before, could be like a Team 3 guy, Team 4 guy. Truffier, again, I like him for Team 3, Team 4. Botman at 22 quid, I like a lot. Newcastle defence is definitely worth backing. Your budget is 100 to 150. Yeah, so what's the best defender we could get in a reasonable kind of range here? Because the defence, like Digne could be cool, Cash can be cool, Konsa could be cool. But you really don't know when they're going to be cool, in my opinion. So I think we need somebody to go Team 1 defence. And yeah, like Lacroix, Mukiele, that's the kind of guy I'd be looking at. You know they're going to play every game. They're really important to their team. I like Mukiele better because I'm biased, number one, and number two, Sunderland don't play midweeks. So Ballard, again, very cheap option in the same situation, isn't he? Mukiele, I think, is the man. Gusto's getting some pretty good scores, but Chelsea are so flaky. But yeah, solid defence, not playing in Europe. Give me Mukiele or Dan Ballard. I'm just going to double check page 2. Yeah, I like Sunderland defence. And then a mid, again, we want to think about a reasonable kind of price point. Very good, Mason Miller, thank you. How are you getting on with Champ? Our football, our FM, whatever you want me to call it. We were chatting about that earlier, in fact, in its own little way. What was Shaka? Shaka at 90 quid. Again, really hard to argue with that. No midweeks to worry about. Compared to everyone else, like Tonali's 112. Again, this is secondary market, so you should get some offers sent back and forth and try and cut the price down. Eze's 111. I like Eze a lot, but yeah, I really like Grealish at 8. Oh, I'd probably go Grealish at 87 before Xhaka. But yeah, like Grealish and Ballard, or like Mukiele and Xhaka. I would do something like that. Thinking Damsgaard or Xhaka. Where's Damsgaard at? See, I'm not a big Damsgaard guy. Like, I know he's very friendly to the Matrix and stuff. I'm just not a big Damsgaard guy. So you won't get me backing that one up. Oh, nice. Well done, Mason. If I move to Juve in January, nah, I don't see it. Juve are a basket case. He'd be mad to go there. Or, well, I shouldn't say I've got a friend that works at Juve now, actually, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe they're going to be revamped now. Thanks to Benny. Berry. Sorry, beg your pardon. Thanks to Berry Boy. But yeah, Grealish I think would be my top order just because he's more attacking. And even if you want to believe these kind of rumours of Xhaka and whatever, I'd go Grealish and Mukiele, Grealish and Ballard. Two massive additions. Make a big difference, I think. No problem. Thomas Ronyon, thanks for all the support on the channel. Really means a lot. Okay. Now, I think, do you know, I'm going to pull the giveaway for, I meant to do a post to make sure every member knew where the giveaway was, and I didn't do it. So, I'm going to do that, like, first thing in the morning tomorrow. And I'll probably roll the giveaway over, just give it a bit more time to run, because I want every member to be in the running for the giveaways when they go. So, and I had to do a post that I didn't do for fair game for everyone. So, I'm going to do that. Oh, Michael. Sorry. Michael was on. I thought that was us at the end. What was it? Leeds United community. Of course, you're there. And it was Bundesliga without Bayern, wasn't it? Bundesliga. You've got no cards. Let me read this again. Yeah, I found that one. Where was the message before that one? Looking at Bundesliga. Outside of Bayern Munich. Good to see you. Thanks. Gallery name. £100 budget for Bundesliga. Okay, it's kind of hard when you've not got anything to start with, because it's just kind of like, what? Okay, so 100 Bundesliga. Yeah, I'm maybe, Michael, going to point you in the direction, maybe even just quite simply, of Leipzig. Now, I kind of wanted to do this myself but limited when they brought out the jersey editions, and I didn't, and I kind of regretted it, to be honest with you. But in-season ROM, you've got a £100 budget. In-season ROM at 26 is a bit of a no-brainer. Galashi, you could get in-season or classic. I don't think it really matters. Lukeba ROM and Baku. Baumgartner. Ouedraogo. Romulo. I think Diamandi's scoring well now. Right, so in-season Galashi, 20 quid. Classic Galashi, 6 quid. 22 Lukeba. Baumgartner 12. Baku a tenner. Ouedraogo 20. Romulo 22. Diamande 20. Yeah, so let's get rid of Diamande. Romulo, Ouedraogo. Let's get rid of Baku. Ouedraogo or Baumgartner. Maybe take both of them. So where was Rom? Right, so let's say we go classic Galashi, 6 quid. Rom, 26. Let's say that gets us to 33. We'll just add on the pennies. 33. Hmm. 33. We need Romulo. So let's see, that gets us to 63. And then we've got 2 spots left with our remaining 37. So it's Ouedraogo or Lukeba. I'm going to go Lukeba. So we go classic with your £100. Avoiding Bayern. Classic Galashi. In-season Rom. In-season Lukeba. In-season Baumgartner. In-season Romulo. And you're off to the races. We did a Bundesliga scouting thing recently. We've got a bit of a watch list, so you can check that out as well, Michael. I'll put it in the chat for you. Did I have another one that's kind of adjacent? No, I don't think. Oh no, there's some Bundes guys. Oh no, that's Bundes 2, isn't it? I'll put this in the chat, mate, in case you want to check that out as well. And you're saying overall view of the gallery. Let's have a peek. Yeah, looks good. I think last time we seen you, we would have probably just built this lead stuff. And then we went into Eredivisie. Some good guys here. Well rounded. Positions are covered. Some classics, some in-seasons. And then recently we're looking at some Spanish action here. As well as a wee bit of Eredivisie. Oh, you had some Eredivisie a while ago cooking. That's fun. Yeah, man. Looks good. Getting some crafts going on as well. Big Barcas. Mr. Bojangles, good to see you. But yeah. It's all going very well, Mr. Bojangles. So I hope everything's going well with you as well, my man. Really appreciate you popping in. We'll see if I've got any MFL offers or anything too. I've got a wee offer in my inbox here. Hugo Letellier. Nice knowing you, pal. Sell that guy. Oh, I'm buzzing for season 10, by the way. So I'm trying to figure out whether I do it tomorrow or Saturday morning, but we need to get a member session together where we're building the roster. So we'll need to do that over the next 24 hours to get locked and loaded for season 10. My teams are ready to go, but the foundation team needs registered. We've got 4 days to get the team together. Well, you think you got your striker? Thomas Ronyon. Who did you take? So we need to build this roster. We need to go after the team again. We need to go after the league. Let us know who you got for your striker. Your Bundesliga, Michael, will be quite similar to mine. I've got Lukeba and Rom. I didn't quite go full Leipzig though, sadly. Not quite the budget there for it at Rare. NYC. Yeah, I was happy Mark Toglu. I put him down the pecking order, maybe put him back up. See what shakes out. I had to reconfigure all this stuff earlier today as well. But yeah, I'm just kind of going nowhere. Let me see what you guys are saying. Smegma, good to see it. No, it's not. Oh, Letellier. Oh, you bought Letellier. No, Thomas Ron, you know, congratulations. He's so fast. He is so fast. 70 pace. He's very good. This was who I used to turn Disney dollars into dollars. So I'm glad to have him off my books finally. But yeah, wild pace. Wild pace. He needs to play more. He's just not played consistently. But he's been very effective at the lower levels. Look at that, season 5, 6 and 9. Like, he's just not really... And even when he did, he played in Spark for me. It was pretty effective and a good team. He's just not really had the minutes. At 27, he's got lots of progression, maybe stored up. I wouldn't be surprised if he popped off really quickly. Hope it works out well for you, mate. But MFL, yes, all the players are now photorealistic, AI photorealistic. There's a lot of changes to the heat map and stuff like that in the game, Michael. The match engine's changed a fair bit. And there's cash prizes on, you know, they're doing 10k for Holiday Heroes. You need to play Season 10 to qualify, and it'll be like towards the end of Season 10, around Christmas time, the festive period. So yeah, man, some really good changes. Bottom 3 in the Premier League is Brentford, Wolves, and... sorry, Michael, but I did have Leeds as third bottom. I'm not sure if I've changed my mind on that. But Burnley, Wolves, I had going down... Not Burnley. Brentford. Brentford, Wolves. And then I had Leeds. Didn't think you'd have enough goals, but Lucas Nemeka will help. Yeah, maybe Fulham. I think early season, I did say Fulham would go down. I had all promoted teams to stay up. But Fulham have quietly been a little bit better than I thought they would be. Looking at it now, maybe not too much better than I thought they would have been. Brighton have been a lot, Brentford have been a lot better than I thought they would have. Can't believe they've won 5 games in the first 11, for example. Forest stink. Wolves are going down. It's hard to say right now, but my original 3 was Brentford bottom, Wolves and Fulham. Mason Miller, you'll be my last one, buddy. Bundesliga players that complement my gallery. Oh. Mason Miller. Bundesliga, is it rare? Bundesliga? Yeah, I don't think it'll be rare. Yeah, limited. Okay, let's have a peek. And then we'll get out of here. Got steak to make tonight. Wolves, Leeds and Burnley for you, Thomas Ronyon. Wolves, Burnley, Leeds for Rob. Yeah, I think Leeds. I think it's goals and. I like some of the players Leeds signed, but Farka I can't really get behind too much, and I don't know. I like El Tanaka and Brendan Aronson a lot, and Lucas Nemeka and Harrison. I like Jack Harrison a lot, but yeah, I don't know, something about Leeds. It just doesn't feel like they'll make it. Double Damon, love that. Like double denim. Rono, Vasil, Zentner. Keepers are all quality. Bit of a mix of classic and in season, so we need to bear that in mind. Lionheart, Dowike, Tapsoba in seasons, love that by the way. Muhim's cool for £2. Matsuma's cool for a £5. Nice classics in and behind. Mbangula, you got him 7 days ago, I bet you did. Max Arnold, Isaac Johansson, Grifo, Kaminsky, he's been doing well, hasn't he? Rocco Reitz, Joe Chima Fujita. Yeah, I quite like the midfield as well. Still our classic at the bottom there was Big Schneb. And then up top, I'd maybe recommend the forward I just picked up for this, the boy Aslani, because he's really cheap. But I think at limited, there's maybe more guys that are, yeah, good enough. Forward, isn't it? Yeah. Bundesliga, and then let's check forward. Kleindenheis is on his way back. Everyone's telling me in comment sections to be getting him. A tenner, that might look really cheap really quickly. Yeah, Zlani's at 18. Cardoso 29. Diamande 23. Yeah, Burkhardt at 12 is interesting as well. But Burkhardt, as we spoke about him before for the Bundesliga Connect, he needs to get double decisive to bring in the score you want. One decisive, he's not going to do it. That's in the first weekend of it. It happened for the Bundesliga Connect, you know. So it's not beyond Burkhardt. He can do it. But Kleindenheis is that kind of guy, but he's coming back into prominence, is what's expected. So yeah, Kleindenheis could be good. Mazza at £8 should be somewhat interesting. I think he might be breaking through. Yeah, I like Mazza. I'd give him a peek. Dan Bojangles, Quinny, totally understand if you're wrapping up. Any chance of a quick review? Just my in-season Prem and La Liga. Oh, Mr. Bojangles. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll check it out quickly. But I don't want to do it half-baked either, so we'll see how we get on. Yeah, Odrago's at 20. Manzambi I like at £8. You're getting Bangula, of course. Yeah. Baumgartner's 13's not bad either. Yuito Suzuki at £3. He's starting to happen. Maybe check that one out. Right, Bojangles. What is your club name again? But yeah, Mason, I think forward is the only thing I'm really looking at there. Maybe a mid could help, but yeah, I know I've just went through people. Sorry, so I'm just kind of losing my mind here. Trying to find of Mr. Bojangles. The Mourinho, that rings a big bell. Is it rare or limited? Like in-season Prem. Yeah, there's just bits and bobs here, isn't there? And what about the La Liga one? Oh, classic Diaz could be fun. Who the hell? There we go. Yeah, all the filters are. Oh, there's no La Liga in season. Is it limited we're talking then? If it is limited, I might skip it because you might have 1,000 cards. I don't know if I can wrap my brain around something like that right now. Prem. Nah, this is fine. Cool. One keeper. Timber. And some, yeah, this is kind of like a one-team build, isn't it? Really strong one team, but the midfield could carry 2 or 3 teams there. Your strikers could carry 2 or 3 teams. Have I got the in-season filter on? Yeah, I do. You've probably got more than that keeper selection. I am going to guess. Yeah. Bar. Yeah, you've got 3-4 teams here. No problem at all. It's just that with all those classic keepers, the in-season outfield is quite. Yeah, I think for this Prem, you're kind of you have one good team one. Your dregs will probably make a decent team 2. I'm not really sure how far that depth chart, your quality really goes. It's only something you really feel through building the lineups. But I think it's alright, to be honest with you. Like, especially if you're getting the multi-entry out there with the classic keepers. You've got good guys. I think your defence is the weakest thing here by a long distance. Like, Timber's cool. Trippier can be alright. MLS can be alright. Milinkovic can be alright. Like, but if you get 4 teams, a single defence with this roster, like, Team 2, 3 and 4, if you get them all right, they might not be that great scorers, you know, if you get the order of them right. So I would really look at trying to increase the reliability of your defence here. I think you've got really good attackers. I really like a lot of the mids, but the defence is so sketchy. And then let's look at La Liga, what we're playing with. We've got 4 keepers. 2 in season that are playing. One's a handcuff. We have some other guys. We've got All Black, so we can rely on All Black. Tenas. Who's Pena at again? Elche. Yeah, we can't rely on him. we kind of get 3 keepers here we can rely upon, is the way I'm thinking of it. Uh-oh. The Quins are making a TikTok recipe, I can hear it. Valentin Gomez, cool. Carmona, wow, Carmona's been doing better than... Wow, well done. This guy, see the first time I watched this guy, I really liked him. It was a fair while ago, and he was like, it might have been this red card. He was a feisty fucker, and like, I don't know, I just didn't see him ever getting good, SO5 wise. Fair play, man. Jose Carmona, he's a dog, man. He's a dog. He's a fullback I'd love in my team, like IRL. That's cool. Tenaglia has been boss. Carreras. Yeah, again, you've got 4 defenders of quality. Aaron Barrow, Coletta Carr could be okay. You've got classics to fill in behind. So 3 teams, no problem, I don't think. In season defence, you're alright there. Single defence. Lo Celso, Vargas, Soler. And then classics for mid. Yeah, mid is getting a bit thin on options, on variety, on your ability to mix guys up. Anthony Cucho, Elizawi, Baranashea, Kubo. I think this is a really good build. I just think it's maybe a bit thin and a bit delicate. You'll probably know better than me when you're building it, but it feels quite tightly wound. Where, like, yeah, we need to play again. I suppose with 3 keepers, you could play, yeah, double defence in one of them. You get classic players as well to fill in. I'm not sure you're playing double mid with in-season cards. But you can certainly play double mid with like Olmo or something like that. Lorente perhaps, FDJ, Pedri. And you could play double forward with the Betis lads in a team. Could we get a classic Spider-Man into a lineup? Probably. Yeah, it's probably just about there, Mr. Bojangles La Liga. It's probably just about there. Oh, Asphalt Man, thank you very much for the generosity, gifting 5 memberships into the chat. And they've been snapped up rapid. Make sure Dan Moody, Miguel Flores, Gavin Ridley, Mickey Flynn, good to see you, Luke Sanderson. Give Thomas Ronyon a fist bump in the chat. Thank you very much for the support, mate. It really means a lot. Defenders need some love. Bojangles, yeah. Yeah, wrong game week is both game weeks can kill me. Good to know I'm on the right track. Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. No problem. Thomas, you're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you very much. Every time I call you Thomas, I feel like I'm doing something wrong because it says R. Thomas Ronyon. And I think, oh, maybe I shouldn't be calling you Thomas, so I'm sorry. Asphalt Man is what I'm going to try and burn you into my mind as. We'll maybe call you Asphalt. But thank you very much. And if you did pick up a membership, make sure to drop Thomas Ronyon a fist bump. Thank him for his generosity. Some emotes coming in on the chat. Love to see that. Thanks everyone for the support on this one. And yeah, me and Harry Trades will be back tomorrow for the deadline show. I'll be back doing some MFL content to build the foundation team, which if you're a channel member you can get your players into, and you'll get all the MFL that the team earns. Rolf Thomas, but Thomas is fine. Oh, if you want to, if Thomas is fine for you, Thomas is fine for me. Or RT, well, I'll call you RT. Hey RT. I don't know. But yeah, so I've got that to do. I've actually got a lot of Celtic stuff to do. Me and McBride were half on the agenda to do a Celtic stream tonight, but I think he's got a lot of stuff on. I did say to him tomorrow would probably sound like it would suit him better. He's not get back to me. He's got a lot on his plate, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, tomorrow might be mad busy. Looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I need a haircut badly, I know that. I've been saying that for the last 3 weeks. But I'm in that mode now where it's like, maybe I just keep my hair growing all the way through the winter. Maybe I just turn into a caveman again. But anyway, That's enough of that gibberish. Thanks again to all the channel members, especially to everyone that's picked up their membership tonight. We had Kai, we had Adriano getting the season ticket back on, and Thomas Ronyon gifting 5 memberships as well. So thanks everyone that got involved in the memberships, and the reviews, and the chat, and everything else in between. Thanks to you all. And I guess I'll see you all for the deadline show tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay out of trouble. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.